get me fired up. I heard before the guy.
Oh, shit.
Nights like this, I wish.
What? What are you doing?
Switch the bottom, right?
Switch who? Switch what? What are you talking about?
I don't know what the fuck.
You happy? Make you feel better?
Nights. Put it back to normal, sir.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we come in confused and lost. Ladies and gentlemen, after a hiatus last week, a very much needed one, I might add, we are back. We are back. And as always, I am your man, K Marvel.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, QS, Christ on himself.
You know what it is.
Hello.
And as always, we are your Four Corners of Commentary. Oh, man. So, first and foremost, it's been a week since our 2 weeks since our 2-year anniversary. Yes. Before anything, I want to thank everybody who tuned in, who commented, who liked it, who shared it. I want to thank all our panelists who, backstage. Oh, excuse me. Behind the barricade, and Janelle from HR, and also our boy, the official fifth corner, Chris Taliaferro.
There we go.
Oh shit, I said it right.
You did.
I'm actually quite impressed with myself. So first and foremost, let's say what's up to Court. What's good? Mark, part of the backstage, just watching them. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's going on, y'all?
We're live, baby.
It's so lucky.
That's my man. I'm sorry.
I know, every time, right? Every time. Great job. Oh,
yeah, baby. We know we about to knock on, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go in, baby. Oh, no. Oh, no, Striker, what you doing there, baby?
What is you doing, baby?
What's up, Tiff? What's going on, love?
So,
and Moses was good, down.
Moses.
Wait, are we starting with the beef? Are we starting with the beef?
I mean, good morning to everyone except the Nets and the West.
Yes. Oh, I can taste the despair. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into any wrestling talk, a story.
Would you like the spotlight, sir?
Please, if you will.
All right, I got you.
Story, ladies and gentlemen.
Story time.
Oh, there we go.
Story time.
Professor Stretch.
Oh. Do you want the whole thing?
No, you don't even have to.
Okay,
don't even give me any ceremony. This is coming from not even coming straight from
your soul,
Christian Williams' mouth.
Yeah.
Yo.
Coming straight.
That's from the heart.
A story, ladies and gentlemen. On December 25th of 1999, I recall this moment because it was one of the most joyous Christmas memories that I have. I was the new recipient of a Sega Dreamcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
And as I opened up that box with boyish glee and joy and enjoyed that Christmas present with my cousin, we got the new game, NBA 2K, which at the time was cutting-edge technology.
Yes,
state-of-the-art graphics when it came to basketball.
Oh, shit.
Still there.
We absolutely loved it from top to bottom. But I cannot tell you that it compares in any way, shape, or form to the simple satisfaction and joy of all the salty Nets fans out there that I had to hear for the past 4 years. Kings of New York. Are you really? The Brooklyn gentrifiers, Kings of New York?
Yep.
Now your star players have formed a mutiny in your own front office. How does it feel to be a dumpster fire once again? Oh, as I taste from the lifeblood of unsurety in your freaking well of happiness, I can taste the fear, chaos, and despair of the front office. But as I get closer and closer to my camera, notice that you move further and further away from an NBA championship. You will always be second fiddle in New York in comparison to the Knicks, because nobody gives a damn about your franchise unless they mention us. We may
Or
be
Jay-Z, or
absolutely
Jay-Z.
terrible over the past couple of years, but at least, but at least we are has-beens. You are never wases and never will be's. Always sleep with that on your mind, Brooklyn Nets fans. Because God knows I do, and I smile from ear to ear every single time I think about your despair. End quote.
I'm just trying to figure out how he found the bag big enough.
Wait, hold on. With that being said, I would just like to spotlight one more thing. Yo, what's going on here, bro?
That's what it's like to be a Brooklyn Nets fan.
I just want to let it be known that I just work for them. I am not a fan in the slightest. I just work for them.
Y'all gonna make me drink tonight. Okay.
I have absolutely nothing to do with the pain. I actually don't. I have nothing to do with this. I just work for them. It's chaos. It sucks. Yes, Kevin Durant has requested a trade.
That's right.
There is no
and got denied unless they get Devin Booker.
wait. Hold on, wait. Q, before you keep going, check this out. Court says, QS, can you breathe?
Very much so. Yes, it's not hard. I'm still able to breathe.
It's not hard.
Give it like 2 more seconds. Hold on.
All right, wait, hold on. And then there's this one. Mark says, "Oh shit, it's Q Sabian."
It's Q Sabian. Yeah, it's just Q Sabian.
Yo, that needs to be your parentheses next week.
Yeah, just you can take me out now. You can take me out real quick.
I got you. Hold
I
on.
gotta breathe.
Let me fix everything. All right, boom. Before Striker has a conniption. All right, so I'm just teasing, bro. Wow. Yeah, that was
I can't do it anymore. No.
You started to sweat a little bit.
Pretty hot day.
Yeah, I actually did. It was actually kind of like wild.
A little warm today, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot going on today. As you could see, the woes of New York teams
continues.
Oh yes. Yes. No, there's woes over there for y'all too.
Ain't no woes over here, man.
The Knicks went and signed good old Jalen Brunson for $110 million for 4 years.
A lot of bread.
I mean, free agency really is supposed to start tomorrow, but I guess it started early. A lot of people have went back, as you can see. Yes, we already know the big hoorah. Kevin Durant requested a trade. He went to Joe Tsai himself, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets, and said that he wants out. No, there's nothing else. He wants to be out. Yes, the teams he was interested in was
the Suns
and the Heat. The Suns, the Nets organization has already said that they would only be willing to trade Kevin Durant to the Suns if they were going to get Devin Booker. Obviously, that is never going to fucking happen because Devin Booker is their franchise. So that trade to that team, that dream of Kevin Durant on the Suns, not happening. I still think there's leverage. There's leverage for them to go. I know we already know that Kyrie was in talks with LeBron. It would make sense if.
Where's LeBron? The Lakers still?
Yeah, he's still on the Lakers. He's gonna
reluctantly.
He's gonna stay on the Lakers. He's just waiting to see what the Lakers is gonna do in the terms of the free agency for him to finally commit and say like, all right, then he'll sign his extension. He's just waiting. He does this.
Wait, this past year was his last year with them?
No, it's not
technically.
No, it wasn't his last year.
Technically.
He just because he always has that option. He always has that player option in his contract. This is what he always does in every team. He waits to see what they do in the free agency,
which
first
is smart
before he commits. It's smart business, man. But he probably is going to end up back on the Lakers again. There's little rumblings right now saying that they're going to try to get Kyrie and KD. They still do want to play together. They just don't want to play in Brooklyn. That's what it is. That's what it's already. It's clearly it's finished. They don't want to play here.
Wait, hold on. So KD, because y'all know I don't follow basketball like that anymore. So KD went and asked for the trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Kyrie is being traded.
No, he already opted
more than likely he has played his last. This is Brooklyn Nets uniform.
It probably is, okay. and if he does end up playing again, it's going to be this season is going to be his last year because he already opted in. He opted in, so So if he
He'll
would
be
be,
getting a new contract wherever else.
yeah, he'll be obligated to play this last year. If he decides to really stay, he'll play this last year, and then he's a free agent. He can go wherever he
Got
wants
you.
after.
Got you.
It's not those are not the only rumblings. You know, the New York Knicks, like fucking idiots, went and signed. You know, good signing for Jalen Brunson, just way too much money. $110 million for 4 years. That ain't enough. He's actually he's worth maybe 50, maybe 55 million.
You wilding now? He's not.
No, he's not worth it.
He's not worth half of that.
Bro, he's not.
Lou Dort of the Thunder got $90-something million over 4 years.
Damn.
I mean, and let's not even take into
Can we get 90 million?
Let's not even take into
Let's not
account.
severely underprice the guy. The Knicks overpricing this kid.
Let's not
Absolutely.
even take into account like Bradley Beal has decided he was going into free agency and he decided to sign on back with the Washington Wizards.
Nothing
He's
wrong
gonna
with
be
that.
with
He
them
signed them for more years.
But 200, I think it was what, for four or 5 more years?
$251 million in 5 years, $251 million.
$251 million.
5 a year.
I just want this to be known that, I feel like in this aspect right now, these players are really not. Granted, they're getting paid to shoot a basketball. They're really just playing to get paid now. Like it's clearly it's just for the money now. There ain't no other way. Ain't no other reason. You staying with these teams only because it's for the money.
It's not the love of the game anymore.
It's the bread. Because 251 million for all of this, you kept saying like you requested a trade, you wanted out, didn't want to be here no more.
Who had 251 mil?
No, this is Bradley Beal from before. Like he wanted out. He wanted out of Washington. He wouldn't want to play there no more. He declined his player option, requesting a trade for you then to turn
Just
right
to
back
go
around
back.
and go right on back. For 251 million, I'm just like, oh shit.
251 mil to fucking play back. I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, they're professionals. You know what I mean? Like,
this is money.
I'm not necessarily.
This is money this is money that not
That's
even
baseball player money, bro.
It's not baseball.
No,
That's not baseball. Not at all. No. Baseball money
As in it's a lot more or it's a lot less.
It's a lot more.
Oh, actually, okay, yeah.
Baseball players are the highest paid athletes in fucking.
That's true.
In America, they're the highest paid athletes. But it's if anything, it's like it goes to show you like with this much money, wrestlers don't even get a whiff. They don't even get a.
I don't know, not one wrestler.
Only 1%, maybe 1%.
No, not even 1%. None of them.
No. Point. If we want to be real specific, it's more like 0.1%.
Yeah.
Because the only person off the top of my head that could get a contract like that would be Lesnar. That's it. Not Reigns, not Cena, not
I could
not
see
Omega.
maybe I could see Lesnar with like a $100 million contract. I could see that.
I could see him with a 150 contract easy.
Mate,
for like 5 years, easy, or not even for like 2 years.
That's a lot of budget cuts. That's a lot of fucking budget cuts.
Oh yeah, because they don't have enough of those.
For that, that's a lot of budget cuts.
Next thing you know, it's going to be cameramen and shit.
I'll say this about sports. We're in an age where
do they have a cap in the NBA?
Sports, they do. They have a cap in the NBA.
Yeah.
We're in an age.
Didn't they just raise it? I thought I read that somewhere.
Yeah, they raise it.
I don't want to get too much into logistics.
Sorry.
As far as like Jalen Brunson,
it's too much.
Are they overpricing him? Yes. But you also have to understand this cap gets higher and bigger every single year. So like the deals that are signed today could be chump change like next year or 2 years from now. So it's like, oh, they signed him to like a $25 million deal. It's like, so what? He's young. Is a little bit overpriced, sure, but he still checks off boxes that the Knicks need. Like they needed a shot creator. They needed a guard that was a lead ball handler. They need somebody that can hit open threes at the guard position. He checks all those boxes. So it's like, is it an overpriced signing? Perhaps, yes. You can make that argument that they overpaid for him. But is it a stupid signing in comparison to what they need with the roster that they have?
I'm not
saying you did. I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying that.
No, because I agree. Like it was a good signing, but I just felt like y'all. I really felt like because of all the pieces that you guys have, because y'all do have a lot of first round picks. Y'all have a lot of first round picks that are like that literally are just right there. I felt like y'all could have tried to at least go for somebody else. I felt like y'all would have been the ones to at least be the first ones to like take a bite on like Bradley Beal. Like y'all, if y'all was to get Bradley Beal to come to New York, I'd have been like, yo, just do it. It would have been worth it.
In a perfect world, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Let me tell you this: for I understand the signing from like what they need from an offensive standpoint. I get it. That's not the point guard I would have went after. I would have went after DeJounte Murray personally. If you have all those draft picks, especially considering what Atlanta gave up for, they gave up 3 draft picks.
Yeah,
wow. Conditional picks out of the wazoo. I would have gave all those fucking draft picks and like,
for sure.
Quentin Grimes or another player that they haven't really been using or the kid that they just drafted, Trevor Keels, which is a second round pick for DeJounte Murray. I would have he does damn near everything quietly. He gets rebounds, gets assists, he can score in the paint from mid-range. But they're looking at it from like they need open 3-point shooters. They're looking at the 3 ball. They're looking at a guy who may not be a facilitating point guard, but can handle the ball pretty goddamn well. And that'll take pressure off for Derrick Rose, who at this point should not be a starting point guard.
I'm sorry. Derrick Rose is still playing?
Derrick Rose is still playing. He's a member of the Knicks.
He's their star player.
At this point, like I just tell people this. When it comes to Julius Randle, did Julius Randle live up to expectations? No. But here's the thing. Here's the caveat. The lead ball handler for the New York Knicks, who was Derrick Rose at that time, which is not ideal because he's older and had a rough injury history, got injured. That added responsibility to Julius Randle's game threw him off. You cannot say like, oh, he didn't live up to expectations. The whole dynamic has changed. That's like asking the Phoenix Suns if they lose Chris Paul for the rest of the goddamn season, why didn't they make the finals again? They lost Chris Paul for the whole goddamn season. Like the whole dynamic changes. I think did Randle handle himself accordingly to that pressure? No, I'm not saying that, and I'm not making that excuse for him. But to say like, oh, he didn't have a great season. He averaged 20, 10, and 5 while having to be the lead ball handler on this team and the lead facilitator, which is an added role that he had to take on because they had to play point guard by committee. Yeah. To say that he didn't live up to like the hype is to me is bonkers when you don't take into account the rest of the story. If you lose a big part of your success, because Derrick Rose was a big part of their success in overachieving last year, the whole narrative changes. I'm not saying that this move is going to like catapult them to an NBA championship. That would be incredibly foolish for me to say. But to say that it won't open up the game of everybody else that's there, how wouldn't it? Like kid averages 50, 36, and 83 as his slash lines. Like it opens up a lot of games for everybody.
There's definitely a lot of changes that need to be made. But even piggyback it back to with the bullshit, the chaos with the Nets. Because again, none of the Nets fans, they never saw this coming. They never would have thought that KD was going to go up and request a trade. They never thought that would have happened. This goes to show it's not, and I don't want people to look at it because that's what it's looking like. Everybody's like going, like, already cursing out KD, calling him a bitch, calling him calling out his name.
Like New Yorkers usually do.
This actually isn't a player issue. It's more or less, this is the organization. Y'all need to be mad at the organization. Because for this long, like you got to remember when they signed KD and Kyrie back in 2019. It was signed back in 2019. This was always supposed to be a plan. Like it was like a 4-year plan for y'all to see like, yo, all right, if you got KD and you got Kyrie, this is going to be the chance for y'all to get a championship. After the pandemic, 2020, y'all got when the pandemic was going on, y'all still was able to get. Y'all got by the end of the pandemic going into 2021, y'all got James Harden. Y'all only got to play 16 games with James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant.
That's crazy.
It's a lot of
things. Harden came to Brooklyn too, right?
Yeah, he did. He came to Brooklyn.
Forced to trade.
That was a couple years ago.
Forced trade. Basically gave up the whole entire young core. You got these 3 superstars on one team. Okay, cool. And the closest that y'all had got to a championship, right? The closest that y'all got to a fucking championship was the Eastern Conference semis of the Game 7 against the Milwaukee Bucks when it was only just this fraction of a centimeter away from that shot being a 3-pointer.
Not only that, but Kevin Durant proved his mettle in that series. He really did.
Yeah,
like not saying that he didn't before, but
he did. But he already proved his
he kept them from being eliminated in Game 5 and 6. He put it on. Like I swear to God, that's one of the best playoff performances I've ever seen.
He put the team on his back.
He put it on his back. back to make sure they weren't eliminated.
Unfortunately,
That's what we're lacking right now.
And unfortunately, yes, it still wasn't enough. And granted, came into a new season, say fuck it, we got a new season, we can let this shit work. Vaccine mandate happened. All right, the vaccine mandate happened. Kyrie wasn't able to play. But the problem with the Nets organization is that y'all didn't even stick by your players. Regardless of Kyrie's release, regardless of what he felt, you still, as an organization, y'all didn't even stick by him. Y'all let the media basically tear him apart. Y'all let the media tear KD apart. Y'all let the media tear James Harden apart. James Harden now requests a trade.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to handle it on his own. Got traded to the 76ers. The timeline of itself is just like the best bet that y'all had with this big three. It blew up. It just blew up, and now to the point where y'all had KD and Kyrie basically putting the team on their back.
And it could have been something great.
They had to play together and got swept in the first round of the playoffs.
Never got a chance to gel together in any way.
They didn't get a chance to gel because now it was a whole new team.
They had a lot of things working against them.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that is underrated in this that's not being talked about enough is the fact that they had a relatively inexperienced head coach dealing with all those personalities at once. Hiring Steve Nash, I mean this is no disrespect to Steve Nash.
Biggest mistake they made.
Great point guard in his day, a former two-time
biggest mistake they made, bro.
Hiring an inexperienced head coach to deal with personalities like Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving was one of the worst decisions that the Nets could have made. And I said that from jump.
I feel if they kept Kenny Atkinson as their head coach,
whole dynamic changes.
Everything would have been. They would probably be in a way better position than we were. You probably still would have had James Harden here still if you still had Kenny Atkinson as the head coach. He would have had them. He would have disciplined this whole team. Everything. I
honestly think if they have Atkinson as coach, they would be in a better position to win a championship.
Like Steve Nash's head coach is no disrespect to him, but it was basically just making. You basically had the players basically do whatever the fuck they wanted. Everybody was just doing whatever they wanted. It didn't matter. And when you sat here, and
the inmates ran the asylum.
And when they kept having the media scrums with them, Steve Nash is just basically giving you like, well, I don't know. There ain't much going on. I don't know what's going on. It's just like there's the matter of like, yo, like, are you serious? Like, this is a disaster. It's a walking disaster. And now we got this to this point. Now we're here. And now your two best star players don't even want to be here. They don't want to be here. They don't. They really is. Granted, yes, Kyrie, he opted in. He's opted in. He's locked in. Be like, all right, he'll locked in to play for the season. KD wants to get traded,
and we don't even know if they end up winning or in the finals.
We don't know if they're going to be able to trade him. We don't know if they're going to be able to trade him before the season really starts. We don't know
where they're going to be able to trade him.
We don't know. We don't know if KD's going to pull a thing or he'll decide like, yo, I'm just sitting out for the rest of the games until I get traded.
And people are coming up with these scenarios and stuff like that, like where these people can go. You have to understand, this is not like baseball. There is a level of math that is involved with NBA trading. These salaries have to match. These guys get paid a lot of money. And, they can't just take I don't see too many teams out there. Maybe for Durant, I'm not sure about Irving. I think his trade value is definitely dropped, considering the potential baggage that could come with trading for a Kyrie Irving.
I don't think so.
I honestly do. I don't think his trade value is as high as Kevin Durant's. I'll put it that way. As far as like the haul that they can get for somebody like Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, they can rebuild after a trade for Kevin Durant. I think because of the haul that they can get for him. Like for example, let's say that they trade him because they're going to be looking for younger talent. I say if you trade him to somewhere like Toronto and you package around like maybe a Scotty Barnes or something like that, you get some first round picks. If you trade him maybe to a name that's been thrown around, and this would be a real blockbuster trade. If you trade him somewhere like New Orleans and you see if you can swing for like Zion Williamson or something like that, or maybe Brandon Ingram, they have to make sure that they get a young top of the line prospect and draft picks to go with that. Because you mentioned the Houston trade, for example, for James Harden, they don't really have control of any of those draft picks.
Oh no! All of the draft picks that the
All of
Nets
the draft picks are either going to Houston or Houston owns the right to swap. So let's say that the Nets don't get quite the right haul that they need in order to be competitive in the Eastern Conference. They are guaranteed not to, and especially if Houston improves. Like, Houston, I'm not saying Houston is going to be a sensation overnight, but they have a lot of good young pieces. And if they do surprise a lot of people and they do get better really fast, they have the option to stockpile a lot of younger talent because they can swap draft picks with a potentially bad team in the Nets. And a lot of people are not focusing on that. They have to make sure that they do this 100% correctly. You have to get a young prospect that can grow into a superstar, and you have to get draft picks behind that. It doesn't have to be with one trade, but they cannot mess up again, because if they do, they're going to be in the cellar for a long time. And I'm not saying this like as a biased Knicks fan or anything like that. I'm looking at this as objectively as possible.
Because your Knicks is not in the great.
No, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this like.
And this is coming from.
Hold on, one second. I'm saying this earnestly. I've seen dumpster fires. I know what one looks like. I've lived it for quite some time. I lived through the Derek Fisher era. And that was one season of absolute hell. I lived through that. What we're seeing in Brooklyn right now is a bigger disappointment than that. They were supposed to win a championship. No, hear me out. They were supposed to win a championship with this big three. They were supposed to be a dominant force with this big three. They were supposed to have teams shaking in their boots with this big three. Only one playoff series won, no championships. And only 17 games together as a three-man unit?
That's crazy.
Unacceptable. Biggest disappointment in New York in quite some time. Biggest disappointment.
This is bad. This is just as bad as when they had the KG and Paul Pierce trade. But
oh God, that was a horrible trade. Yes, let's trade for all the Celtics aging superstars. Let's give away the fucking farm for them.
But at the end of the day, I don't have anything to say. I'm a Lakers fan, so this has nothing to do with me.
Right, you only work there.
Has nothing to do with me. Like, I just work for them. I ain't got nothing to do with me. You already know Lake Show. We here. We'll just hope for the best, and that's all I got.
You do that.
That's all I got.
I hope for the best. You do that.
Well,
you do that.
Well, with that being said, ladies and gents, before we get into a lot of the stuff that happened and will happen this week, starting from Sunday to this coming Saturday. First and foremost, I want to shout out Battle Club Pro for their show on Father's Day. It was an amazing card. They had to substitute Willow versus Big Swole. That ended up being a great match. Stretch is smiling because Darius Carter made my daughter cry. To which I did play. I did. You lie. I did play it up. You're lying, but it's okay. I'm
smiling because your daughter got a brush with greatness that she may appreciate when she gets older. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, probably not. But I do want to shout out Main Event. Great match. Great match retaining the titles.
I heard the kid.
Yeah, Steve. Shut up. Steve Benya faced the big bad kaiju O'Shea Edwards, to which he ended up giving the kaiju driver to Steve the ref, and shit got nuts. But it was nuts.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you said it was nets?
It was nets. It was crazy.
I'm sorry.
Got basketball on the brain.
Forgive me. You're gonna have to forgive me on this one, fellas. I apologize.
But so I just want to give a shout out to them. And Jobber Slam 2 is coming up in August. It's August 20th. So your boys,
we out.
We out. Damn, we out. We in there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to sponsor. You feel me?
I don't know if I'm gonna be there, but there's a lot of things going on that day. Like,
but anywho's, let's get into this week. We are going to start with what happened on Sunday. AEW Forbidden Door. Gents, we're just gonna kind of touch on some of our favorite matches and moments.
Next.
Shut up. So,
You ever see that meme with the moth and the lamp? It's like
yes.
lamp.
Yes. So let's see. Forbidden Door. Who wants to start?
I'll start it. From start to finish, it's not a bad card. It was actually enjoyable.
Absolutely.
Compared to their past pay-per-views that they've had so far, this was I think you could say this was just as good as last year's All Out.
Mm-hmm.
This was good. So it was good from start to finish. I think my only gripe would be the women's match. While it was good, it was at the same time also was very boring. I don't know if that's really, and I don't know if you want to like, unfortunately say if it's because it's Thunder Rosa as champion, it's still not enough. It's just like I feel in there. My thing is with the AEW women's division,
the presentation of her.
It's the presentation is
of everything.
It could be a mix of everything. I just think with the AEW women's division, it's not as good. You know, it's a problem if you're more invested with the TBS championship than, and because even then,
pretty much
that's starting to get old too. Because a lot of Jade's wins, you're starting to look at it as like, all right, I'm getting kind of tired of seeing the squashes. Like,
she needs a legitimate challenge.
Granted, I love Jade, but it's just like Athena. Athena is good too, but it's just like I just don't think. I just am not. I don't want to start being. I don't want to start giving criticism.
You're starting to not be invested as much.
Yeah, I'm starting not to be invested as much. But the TBS Championship storyline is more entertaining than it is with the AEW Women's,
right?
Because it's like having her on
Rampage.
Having her as her as the main champion. Like it would have been fine to see. Like if Toni Storm won it. It would have been cool to see, but at the same time, I was like, all right, you still gonna go with Rosa? I guess. I didn't like. I would say like my favorite match would have been the Fatal 4-Way. Unfortunately,
which one?
For the All Atlantic Championship. That was my favorite.
Wow,
banger!
Yeah, that was a banger of a match.
Hell of a match.
Banger of a match. I would have gave it to the IWGP. I would have gave it to that one because Okada forever, but at the same time, it just those last few minutes of that match was such a blunder because it just made it look like
there was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on, and in your head you knew it was like Adam Cole doesn't really need to be there. He's injured. He doesn't need to be in this.
I honestly, and there is no blasphemy to the God Okada, but those drop kicks are so goddamn good that might have
his drop kicks silly. Dangerous.
That might have dropped that man. That might have made that man go silly for the rest of the match. Because
the impact. The second impact of when he hit him with the second drop kick.
It wasn't a second. It was 3 drop kicks. He hit him twice, standing, and then he hit him and he flew out of the ring the third time.
No, yeah, but it was what I noticed was after the second drop kick when he fell or when he hit the mat, his head bounced just a little bit harder than what it should have.
Right. But you also see, I really bring this up because he had the drop kick is so spot on. It hits you right in this area.
It clocks you.
It definitely hits you near the temple. I bring it up because of the Kenny situation as well. So that's why I say like his drop kicks are so spot on that it's you have to be very
he has like the perfect drop kick.
How you take it.
Literally. Okada has the perfect drop kick.
But Jay White did what he had to do, honestly.
Hell yeah. Still the switchblade ever. You feel me? But it was a great match. It really was. But yeah, that All Atlantic. First off, beautiful title. Number one.
Absolutely.
Great title.
And I feel the right man won.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right man won for that. I'm not gonna lie. What's his name? What was dude's name?
Malachi Black. Oh,
Clark Connors.
Clark Connors. Yeah, he looked really good.
Clark Connors was
Surprised
good.
the shit out of me.
If it wasn't Pac, I would have been okay with Clark Connors with it because that guy was good. He was good.
Yeah,
I was just like,
shout out to Behind the Barricade too. I was just watching them before we came on, and you know, even they said, you know, for somebody that casual fans don't really know too well, he definitely left an imprint.
Yeah, he had heart.
That's how it needs to be.
And I mean, like, all honesty, even people not knowing, you know, the guys from the LA dojo, like those, like, listen, man, don't sleep on
New
the
Japan
LA
Strong
dojo,
roster,
you know.
man.
Yeah, man, they are,
They're
you know,
good. Nah, they're good.
I forgot what's his name now. I'm
Fred
so
Rosser.
sorry.
You're talking about Darren
Yes.
Young / Fred
Yes.
Rosser.
Fred Rosser won the New Japan Strong Heavyweight Championship.
And good for him,
Yeah,
especially
man. Happy
being
for
a
him.
black man and during Pride Month, and you're on a roster like that for New Japan
Their
Strong.
roster is stacked.
And he beat Filthy Tom Lawler.
Yes, he did. Man. The first champion. So, you know, he goes down.
He had
as
the belt
second
for a long
champion.
time.
He's always been good. A lot of people have been sleeping on Darren Young for a long time. He's always been good.
He's always been good. You know, Black Cena. So he is.
But I'm happy.
Well, maybe not now, but definitely
Super
before.
Yeah, different guy.
But yeah,
but anyways,
that was my favorite match, the Fatal 4-Way.
Right.
Didn't like the Fatal 4-Way for the other championship because again, the ending was dry. I didn't. The main event was cool.
Audible with that loss.
The main event, it was cool. It just was flat because
you already know the freaking ending.
I don't know if it was because it was just too much time that was taken away, but some of those endings were just very flat. I think. That was flat. The tag team match was flat to me.
The triple threat?
Yeah, it was flat.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, it was flat to me because one you already knew. You kind of already knew.
That
you
was match of the night for most people.
So okay, so
I think you just because you knew who was gonna win. You knew,
right?
You knew.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about that match, and I just learned this literally like an hour or two ago. So when Dax got hurt, the audible was going to be that Roppongi Vice was going to take the titles.
Wow.
Which
that would have been nice.
I would have been fine with too. You know what I
nice.
mean? Because finally Rocky would have had a heavyweight tag title, which I think is long overdue. And same thing with Trent. You know, I mean, they are, you know, when they were Roppongi Vice in New Japan, they were a staple in that junior heavyweight division. You know, multiple time champions. So
right.
So it would have been really cool, especially with the growing relationship between New Japan and ROH. I'm sorry, and AEW/ROH. And the ROH pay-per-view that is coming soon too. So
July 23rd.
Yeah, really excited about that. But flat, I don't know about flat. I don't know if I agree.
I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't my match of the night though. After watching it, it definitely wasn't my match.
It's definitely. I wouldn't have said it was a match of the night either. It's not. It wasn't. It was just. But it just to me, it just felt like
I didn't think it was either.
It was just too.
It was up there.
Obvious because it's like, oh, y'all really going with the internet, giving them the belt collectors now. I'm like, here you go.
Well, I mean, look, call it what it is, though. You know, regardless of what the internet says, FTR, ever since NXT, honestly, have been on the top of their game. They have been on the top of the tag team division since entering the tag team division. Yep. Not a lot of teams can say that, you know, and I don't necessarily think it's just, you know, fan service. I think it's truly them building a legacy, and that's what they're all about is building a legacy, and them winning this match and now holding 3 titles, you know, from 3 promotions that honestly we probably never thought you would see somebody with those 3, you know, titles at the same time.
Shit.
And who knows? All honesty, they could eventually and they could eventually win the AEW titles. Like, who knows? You know what I mean? And once again, that would just furthermore cement their legacy as one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Mm-hmm. That's why the internet is going to be really pissed off when they lose all those belts to the Bucks. Anyway,
Wow.
Okay,
I honestly don't think that.
I think
Yo,
it's going to happen. They lose
Yo,
all
could you
those damn
imagine?
belts to the
Could you
Bucks.
imagine
who
if
I
they
think
bring
they
back the
lose it
super
to?
kick titles just for the fuck of it?
You know who I
What?
think they lose it to? They lose it to the Hardys.
Yeah, okay.
I don't
Oh,
think
that's
Jeff
not-
is gonna come
that's
back.
even
It's
worse.
gonna
Like-
happen.
Striker, shut up.
That's
No.
even
Oh,
worse.
shit.
Like, no.
It's gonna
Like, man,
happen.
Yo, you know what
Talking
sound
about
that
they're
is?
gonna lose to the
About it.
Hardys. The
Yo,
man is
we've all-
literally in fucking rehab on his last.
We've all
fucking shot.
watched
He's on his
the
last
we've all watched the
chance.
Price
It's
is
not-
Right, right?
It's not.
Uh-huh.
We've all seen the Price is Right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you know the sound when somebody feels in his dun, dun, dun. I need to get that sound because that was one of those
Like,
moments.
no. Like the man, like you got one man over here that's literally on his last shot, and literally
Mhm.
they came out and said he's on his last chance. After that, he's done. And you're
Yeah.
gonna think that they're gonna give him a fucking title after he does rehab?
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before they hold any
Okay.
titles.
That's someone just not taking the shit seriously. That's just
Yeah.
what it sounds like. Like,
You know, sadly, you know, I mean, and we honestly look, we don't have
what
to
it
stretch this out, no pun intended, but you know, it's just it just sucks at the end of the day. You know,
Yeah.
you want the best.
Yeah.
You really do want the best for Jeff, and you know, we've watched him. Essentially, we've watched him grow up. So it sucks. Anywho's, real quick, Court, same day as the ROH pay-per-view, has her new show, the CNC Connection premiere,
can't wait to
at
see it.
7 p.m. on
Yeah,
July
love to
23rd.
see it.
So, hey, Court, next week and the week after, just remind us, and we will continue to promote you. You already know the love is there. Yo, Maddie, what's good, mamas?
What's up, Maddie?
You know, so and Court says he possibly has CTE, which sucks.
Mm.
You know, so so back to Forbidden Door. Look, man, and as much as QS is not going to like my next statement, I'm gonna say it anyway. Striker, I agree with you when we were talking in the chat, or well, y'all were talking in the chat. I really do think
Kevin Durant wanting to trade, because I agree with it too.
No,
Next.
not today's chat. Not today's chat. Thank you. Did you just do the D-Lo? Anyways,
All right.
I think the match that really surprised people and stole the night was the IWGP United States Championship.
Yep.
I thought so. I agree.
Cassidy,
My match of the night.
listen, a lot of people hate the whole, you know, Cassidy's gimmick and hates the hand in the pockets. But look, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Not everybody. If 5% of the wrestling roster could do the shit he does with his hands in his fucking pockets, you know what I mean? But Will Ospreay is one of the best in the world, period.
Mm-hmm.
And we already know that Orange Cassidy can work his ass off when he needs to. You know what I mean? So he's not just a comedy, you know, talent. So look, man, they tore the fucking house down. Now, the match was a little longer than I thought it would be.
It was too long.
But for the time that they had, they did their fucking thing.
They did. We love pockets.
I know. I was just about to.
I'll
post
say
it.
this about Orange Cassidy. In a world in which we often say that we would like to see more character work instead of like work rate in wrestling, he is surprisingly a dedicated and nuanced character. He really
Yes, he is.
Yep.
For the sheer fact that he does not do spots for the hell of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Stays true to his character. He works his character into the match, and he can work. It's like I watched him, and we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. We're talking about Blood Guts, but his match with Ethan Page, the guy, Grand Akuma, who's one of the indie wrestling unsung heroes, and probably worked with Orange Cassidy more times than we can count on one finger.
Right.
You know, made an excellent point. Orange Cassidy was able to get a body slam spot over in telling a story in a match in 2022.
Yeah,
Played out the match. The story of the match was
Blood and Guts. If
trying
y'all
to
are paying
match
attention.
strengths with Ethan Page throughout the entire match, and Ethan Page was throwing his weight around because he weighs a lot more than Orange Cassidy. Weighed him by about 40 pounds or whatever have you, whatever Orange is billed at. And Orange is trying to body slam him throughout the entire match. He finally got it at the end of the match, and everybody popped.
Yep.
Nuanced character work and storytelling. That simple. He was able to get a body slam over in a goddamn match because of it. He's a very nuanced character, and I'll be perfectly honest. I was like one of those boomers. I was like, I don't get Orange Cassidy. It's not the gimmicks, not for me.
Yeah, you are.
Not for everybody. And there are times where it's like, this is so fucking stupid.
I mean, that's everybody. You know what I mean? That's every talent. It's not for everybody.
While the match, I mean, I'm not saying the match was terrible. It definitely wasn't.
No, I'm not. I know you're not.
It was definitely a good match.
You just wouldn't consider it the match of the night.
The only thing I said is that the match was just way too fucking long. Like that.
Oh, okay.
Like just
feels they might have had to like fill spot or something.
Yeah,
possibly.
to get to that finish, it was just way too long to get to the finish. But
I think it was.
This just goes to show. If anything, what stood out for this match is that Will Ospreay can literally wrestle anybody.
He can wrestle any and everybody.
He can wrestle any and everybody.
Will Ospreay's the fucking man.
Like that's literally all this match just showed me. It just solidified it again for me. It's like, yeah, Will Ospreay is literally he's one of the best. Period. He could work.
Yeah.
If he could work a match with the likes of Orange Cassidy, who everyone thought this was going to be a fucking piece of shit,
right?
Because it's a slap in the face to Will.
I was one of those people, but I said I wanted to see it.
Like it's a slap in the face to Will himself. It still was a great match.
Right.
I mean, it's going to be subjective to anybody. Like some are going to say it wasn't. Some are going to say that they would have wanted to see Will wrestle somebody better. Personally, it is what it was. Like I feel like Will made the best of it. He showed off his talents. He showed you he's one of the best in the world, no matter what. He collected a check. He's good. He won. That's it. Done.
Still a champ without a title.
He really was. He actually was one of the wins that New Japan needed to fucking get. Like,
yeah, seriously,
to be believable.
Oh my god. AEW won so much.
The original match, if I remember correctly, was him versus Andrade, wasn't it?
No,
I believe no. Well,
it was in the talks. It was in the talks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, the whole
because
politics.
Of AAA, yeah.
There's a lot of AAA politics that got in the way of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a great match though. That would have been an awesome match.
Yeah.
But I think Kenny said it best in his Fightful interview. Jay changed his whole style to become the guy to run New Japan. But
yes, he did.
Ospreay is so gifted to the point that things just come easily. It's not like he's searching for it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He's a natural. Yeah, him being a natural athlete and doing the shit he does. I mean, look, I know, Stretch is he makes jokes about the whole flippy dippy shit, and I understand. It's not for people up. Right, and it's not for everybody. I understand that. We all understand that. But when you go back and you watch the matches between him and Ricochet, which are many matches.
Yes. Why go to
it's not just flippy shit. It is flippy shit. Don't get me wrong, but it's methodical. You know what I mean? Like the way they move with each other.
It's storytelling gymnastics.
Once they get past it, like to this day, and nobody can convince me otherwise, I still think the intros to their matches where they're trying to hit a bunch of moves and nobody's striking each other.
And then do the backflips. And
they're flipping around. It's like the intro. Remember the Cosby Show when they had that intro that was like everybody was barefoot and they were freaking dancing and moving around and stuff? That's what it reminds me of. It's like, when are they getting to the fucking show? Like, I don't care about them being able to do all these things. Like, it's like if you put the song Beat It in the background, it would go perfect for what they're doing. It's like choreographed. Like, I don't care about them doing all this stuff. Like, get to the match. Like, somebody hit a move. Like,
right.
But I'm not gonna. I'll be damned if I say both of them don't work. They absolutely.
Oh no, absolutely. Yeah.
In the ring, but it's like, to me, it's like, oh, this is professional wrestling. I'm like, no, well, I mean, my interpretation of it, no, I don't think that's professional wrestling. However, if you like it, go for it. Watch it. I don't care.
I guess
it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I guess, and I guess we'll end this conversation with this. I guess for me, it's just you know, we all have our own takes on what professional wrestling, sports entertainment, it's all the same shit, on what it is. But I guess for me, it's just more so that it's just like, you know, we were just talking basketball, right? It's just like any other sport where it is constantly evolving, and with it constantly evolving means that there will always be something different and always be something new.
Absolutely.
Sadly, I don't want to say sadly, but um you know, and this is part of what it is. Just like, you know, we could talk about the big men, you know, a la you know, Keith Lee, or you know, he's known as T-Bar now, but
Dominic Jackson.
Dominic Dijak, thank you. Um and or Lance Archer, for instance, you know, them being the size that they are. Even back then, Vader, Big Bam Bam Bigelow, you know, for these people to be the size they are and to do the things that they do, right. You know, it's you know, it's impressive more than anything else, you know. So for as all in all, Forbidden Door was a great pay-per-view. You know, it showcased a lot of different styles that ended up working extremely well.
Absolutely.
And I think that's one of the best things about it. So, you know, shouts out to AEW, shouts out to New Japan Pro, shouts out to the man from Queens, Kevin Kelly, because I didn't know he was from Queens, so that's dope as fuck. But all in all, you know, Forbidden Door was really a great pay-per-view. I'm very excited to see what they do next year. There's so much talent on both rosters that were not able to be on the show for good reason. You know what I mean? But, you know, let's see what happens next year. Let's see who the champs are, and let's see where it goes from there. So Forbidden Door down. You know what? Let's go in order. On Raw, they celebrated the 20 years of Cena. Cena. Oh, sorry. There you go. Shouts out to John Cena. Look, man. One of the best things about John Cena is that, look, man, it's we talk about Shawn Michaels being one of the greatest performers of all time. We talk about Ric Flair being one of the greatest champions, if not the greatest champion of all time. John Cena, by far, is the greatest WWE superstar ever. I don't think there's any debate in that. I'm sorry. Undertaker, yes, him too.
Nah, I wouldn't even. No, I actually wouldn't. I wouldn't even win against that. Like, John is really he's literally, you know, John is literally the greatest WWE superstar ever. And that's really not even in WWE. Honestly, John, you could probably put. He's probably
Mount Rushmore of wrestling, right?
He's literally one of the greatest wrestling acts. Period.
Like, for sure.
He's literally. He can literally. John could be in any wrestling company, and he will literally elevate them to that.
Absolutely.
He's nobody's been on top longer with that insane schedule than John.
I think.
Could you imagine John?
Growth is actually looking at when you get older and you realize at this big age that you are now, you actually appreciate Cena for everything that he's done.
Absolutely,
actually on the run when you were younger, because everybody knows that we all grew up on Cena on this whole Super Cena thing with him. Besides him being the doctor of thugonomics, he go into a hustle, loyalty, respect.
My favorite.
With the whole Fruity Pebbles and the jorts all fucking day. But
Fruity Pebbles.
You hated it. You hated Cena back then.
I didn't.
But then when you look at it now, you're like, wow, we really took Cena. You can admit it now. All of us can all admit that, we just took Cena for granted. We took it.
But did we though? Honestly, because I didn't. And I say, sorry, go ahead, Stretch.
If there's one thing that wrestling fans love to do more than jump on a bandwagon to hate somebody, it's nostalgia.
Yeah.
So John Cena is coming back is nostalgia for a lot of wrestling fans, and it's like, like they chant Cena sucks out of endearment. It's like when they tell Kurt Angle he sucks. It's something that is now like a part of the lexicon when you're talking about John Cena. Don't forget to chant during his theme song, Same thing with Kurt Angle. They changed Kurt Angle's theme song, like the chant goes away most likely because it's not a part of Kurt. It's now a part of the package when it comes to John Cena. But they don't really think he sucks.
Like even when you're hearing like when they said like he was coming back and like saying like how the whole locker room is like it's ecstatic just to see him back. It's just like that just says the presence is like, bro, this guy is like a part-timer now. He's in Hollywood. He's doing Peacemaker. He's doing Suicide Squad. He's doing all these other shows, just enjoying doing not even just comedy. He's doing the Fast and Furious. Like he's enjoying. He's actually just enjoying. He's doing the same thing The Rock was doing. But to even come back and even him cutting that promo, it just goes to show like he still is like that ultimate locker room leader. Like they still hold him to that standard. And it's just like I don't even know even after that promo that he just showed up on Raw, celebrating 20 years. We don't know if to say like, is that going to be the last time we see John? We don't know.
Well, I mean, he said it himself. He said, because right when he was like, I don't know the next time, you're going to see me, when he did the little joke and the fans were like, one more match. He was like, oh no, there's going to be a lot more matches. You could trust that. Right. So we're definitely going to see him back in the ring. But he truly does love the WWE.
He truly loves it.
He understands that without the WWE, he is not who he is today.
That's a fact.
He said that.
Like, and this is a man that is like, if you had to really like put as like the ultimate like brand ambassador for this company, you're always going to put it on Cena.
Absolutely.
Like this is a man who still to this day he has the most Make-A-Wish.
Mm-hmm.
His most Make-A-Wish recipients out of every superstar period in this company.
Damn superstar, every celebrity.
Period. John literally is like he's always asked like, and John delivers every time. I think they said it was 649.
Yep.
I think it was 649 wishes he's made. And counting. And he's still doing them. He's still doing them even on his downtime of when he's not even in the WWE ring. He does it on his downtime. He's doing
man's flew to Ukraine.
Come on. It still did it. Flew to Ukraine and still did it. Like
next day.
Like that's how you know.
Craziness, man.
Cena, that's why I say like no matter what, it's okay. You can put Cena as like he's bigger. You could say if anyone was to go and say like, yo, Cena's bigger than Rock, Cena's bigger than Austin, Cena's bigger than Hogan.
In WWE, absolutely.
You could argue it. Cena is possibly maybe bigger than all of them. He's bigger.
Yeah.
He's always because there's no ones that held this company down longer than him. He was loyal.
Nope.
Straight up loyalty. He never went anywhere else. He's held the company down, but he's held it down for a decade plus.
Yep.
There's nothing more. And anytime when he's able to come back, he gives back. Comes back, gave back. He gave y'all tribal chief the rub. He gave it to him.
Yeah,
he could have came back and been on some Hogan shit and tried to steamroll his way through and just be like, nah, I'm back. I got the belt. I'm just not.
He understands. The thing is, I think he understands the business so well.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that his wrestling IQ is like better than a Shawn Michaels or better than a Triple H, but he understands progress. And I think that's the most important thing. And it's funny that you mentioned them at the beginning of Raw with him going backstage and all of that, because we've seen wrestlers come back where they've done this whole thing and everybody's in the hall or in a row or blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? And it doesn't seem genuine. This seemed genuine because John Cena truly does care about not only the WWE but the wrestling business as a whole. And even if you do specifically talk about the WWE, he cares about the future, which is the important part.
In fact, like you can't find anybody that could sit here and say like they hate Cena. Well, except Ryback. Maybe Ryback.
Well, I mean, there's a ton of people that hate.
There's Ryback. I mean, but that's not besides
who.
But
who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's just like you really can't. You can't like Cena at this age. I look at it now and be like, yo, like I ain't got nothing but respect for Cena. I can't say I hate him. I can't say I'm not a fan of him. You just be like, yo, Cena's really.
He's a goat.
He is a goat.
He could be the GOAT, man.
It's you know when that Hall of Fame induction comes for Cena, it's going to be like it's going to be deafening. It's going to be deafening. It's just like wow.
Yo, wait, Q, check this out.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Ryback. So real quick before we go into the next topic, if you can, I want you to say your favorite Cena feud and like just the wrestler, no matches, no nothing. Who is your favorite Cena feud?
CM Punk.
Edge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I think y'all know who I'm going with, right? It's definitely Randy.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would be Randy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Sheamus, but I probably say Eddie.
Had a short feud with Eddie Guerrero. Had a short feud.
That was a really good feud.
Sure,
Had a short feud with Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
I only
actually, no, I'm lying. My favorite feud is him and Kevin Owens.
Okay. That was a phenomenal feud.
That was pretty good.
That was a phenomenal feud.
I'll say Edge, because Edge, I feel like I still feel is his greatest enemy. Period.
Right.
Solidified his legacy. They went through, like I said, there's only so many people that's gonna allow the likes of John Cena to throw you into the Long Island Sound. There's no.
God bless him for even wanting to jump into Long Island Sound.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that'd be willing to go that far and do that. So,
at least it wasn't the Hudson.
Oh, fuck!
It ain't too far off.
They ain't too far off, but that's dedication.
Listen, it's just
on the cleaner side.
On the cleaner side of the shades, brother. It's just a couple shades. That's the only difference.
I mean, yeah, Punk was popular.
Punk
it was
cool. Special though.
It was special.
That
it was cool.
Special.
It was a good moment, but Randy's moment was special too, because like Randy would go really personal and try to slap the shit out of his dad and all that extra shit.
Was great.
But I still feel like to this day, like what really was set the tone of what Cena to be like this legacy of a star in his legacy, it's Edge. There's no other greater opponent than Edge.
And I only go because of the history between him and Orton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Edge solidified him as a megastar.
Yeah.
But Orton solidified him as a legend. That's how I feel. You know what I mean?
I think Orton does make a good parallel of a rival if you want to compare legacies. Orton is a good parallel.
Orton to Cena is Triple H to The Rock. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? So
I think that's fair.
That's fair.
There's a lot of longevity there.
That's very fair.
And all the history and there is actual genuine love between the two, because Randy and Cena are truly best friends.
Yeah, they're like
what I
mean in real life. Yeah, and, so it works.
And it's or Michaels, I guess you can say, but it's like, and we've said this before on the podcast. Sometimes the best of friends make the greatest of enemies.
I mean, like let's not forget, Shawn and Triple H were literally feuding for 2 years, and everybody keeps forgetting it. Like they probably had one of the longest feuds ever. 2 years. 2 years in
straight. So, but once again, shout out to John Cena, man. We appreciate you. We thank you so much for everything that you've not only given us as fans, but given to all of the people from Make-A-Wish and all of the talent, all of the wrestlers that
following us on Twitter. Appreciate that, man.
Word. You know what I mean? So thank you, John. We really appreciate you. Let's get into Wednesday, Blood and Guts. I was trying to watch it before the show because I didn't get a chance to. So I got all the way up until literally the very beginning of Blood and Guts. Oh, shouts out to Claudio. How do we forget him making his AEW debut at Forbidden Door, putting on a hell of a match? Yeah, putting on a hell of a match with Zack Sabre Jr. And then all the Courtney said, "Thank you, Cena." Claudio, I'm very happy Claudio is finally in AEW. He can finally, just do him. And all honesty, I don't know when, but I'm predicting it within the next 3 years he'll be world champion. Yeah. So y'all watched Blood and Guts, right? Y'all saw the whole thing.
I seen the whole thing.
All right. So how was the match?
It was a
Bloody.
Well, obviously it looked up to the name, but it was a fun, well-paced match from top to bottom. I thought that I came into it a little skeptical, especially given the start time. It was essentially a TV hour, which, accounting for commercials, might have been 35, maybe 40 minutes.
Yeah,
just about.
Accounting for commercials,
Well, I mean, it's probably more than that because don't they usually go through commercials?
Yeah, but
so essentially it was a full hour.
It was a full hour. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, as far as TV time for what.
I get what you're saying. I
got you.
I always thought that the War Games concept could not run that long. They proved me wrong. Like, it was fun from top to bottom. They managed to keep engaging.
And it was six each, right?
6 guys. Yeah,
that's
guys,
crazy.
And they started the match well. They started the match with a perfect.
Yes, it was Claudio and Sammy, right?
Yeah, they keep to the submission or surrender format throughout the entire match. And the one thing I really enjoyed, like, there weren't any guys taking gratuitous bumps just for the hell of it.
Right.
Like, they really told a pretty nuanced story in the match. The interactions with Eddie Kingston and Jericho, the interactions with Claudio and Eddie Kingston being on the same team.
God, I gotta watch this, man.
It was really well told from start to finish, I felt. And for a War Games concept, which is usually pretty predictable because it's the heels are going to get the man advantage and stuff like that. And
which they did.
Right. And you usually know that somebody, they tell you the finish beforehand, somebody's going to see it. Right. I thought the fact that they were able to incorporate all aspects of the ring, the top of the cage, the dynamics of teamwork in the cage and stuff like that, they all did it really well from top to bottom. And I thought it deserved, it's one of the best TV main events you'll see in a long time. I would say it's one of the best TV main events I've seen in the last decade. I thought it was that good. I thought it was that good.
Yeah, strong.
That's saying a lot.
It was really good from top to bottom, and it's
especially for
maybe a little bit of that is recency bias. I would have to back up that statement and really look into it, but it was a really well crafted, really well executed match. I can always appreciate a good, well crafted main event match. I remember saying to myself, at the end of Forbidden Door, they oversold for their next show, Blood and Guts, because it was the only real feud that they had going on at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that I'm hoping that this feud ends with this.
Because I think that's what it was for.
Would be doing them a disservice. Now they would have to top it.
I don't.
Do me a favor. The only thing I don't want spoiled is who won. That's the only thing I don't know. So just don't tell me that, because I'm either gonna watch it today or tomorrow after I drop the little one off. So that's the only thing I don't want to know is who won.
The only spoiler that we'll give you is that Kevin Durant wants to be traded from the
match. And I know Eddie threw Sammy off the cage.
Right.
How was that spot?
Safe.
Was it the table, the
Crash
usual
pad,
table that they go through?
Crash pad table.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It was usually that one that's off in the corner.
Yeah.
Was it that one? Okay.
All
right. Okay.
It was.
Can't really. Well, go ahead, Kyrus.
It was cool. It was cool. I guess it's just what you expect. It's what you expect from Blood and Guts. I mean, the last Blood and Guts they had, it was stellar. So it's just this is what I think. That's what it is with AEW with certain these feuds in their companies. They when it comes to these type of gimmick matches,
they know how to finish.
They expect it to be over the top. So it's just all right, you expected this.
I feel like AEW has a great way of finishing feuds. You know what I mean?
Still,
I think the only one I would disagree with is maybe Adam Page, but even with Page doing the Texas Death matches, it's still pretty good matches. You know what I mean?
that's
when they do finish
I think
feuds, I should
I think that's they have too many gimmicky matches. They've oversold it too much. Like
I mean, so does the WWE.
No, and not to the requirement. Yes, WWE has oversold their gimmicky matches as well. I've said it.
They got pay-per-views. Yeah.
Not even at pay-per-views. They've had way too many triple threat matches. Triple threat matches, gimmicky matches.
Yeah.
They've oversold on that. But AEW has just gone over the top with like gimmicky matches, like a Blood and Guts, like a Stadium Stampede, like a ladder match every other week. There's a ladder match. It's now it's going to be like a Rampage Royale. That's
tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow. It's a Rampage Royale. So I'm guessing that's their version of the Royal Rumble. It's just like, it's just like, yo, like I wish we can get back to a point for both companies where the gimmick matches stayed on just pay-per-views instead of seeing them live TV, because it's just like now it just takes this
free TV.
It just takes the aura out of it. It's just gone. And it's just like, That's why I was like, wow, Blood and Guts, it was good. It was cool. It was fun. It was funny to watch. It was just like, Now it's just like, okay.
Sorry, I just got to share this real quick.
And I just don't think the feud is going to end after this. I think it's going to keep on going, and it's just like, great. It's just going to keep continuing.
See, this is a time where Tony can introduce.
I mean, he basically is all elite. Might
as well
sign him.
That's too good. Sorry, I had to do it. That was too good.
Oh boy! You know what's funny? I just got a Facebook message from a good friend, not the good friend that we showed earlier, not a different good friend. And he's telling me, I got tagged in this old post on Facebook. He's like, "Oh, somehow the Knicks have done worse." I'm like, "Really? You guys lost 3 Hall of Famers in less than 6 months, and somehow we did worse."
Damn,
it's true.
You lost 3 Hall of Famers that you had at once, and you haven't been able to win but 1 playoff series, and somehow we did.
No funny shit. Like the Knicks actually are still in a way better position than the Nets, and that's not a lie. That's not a joke. That's not enough. You gotta call it what it is. Like they're in a way better position.
Listen, I get it. I get it. People love to pick on historically bad franchises. The Knicks have been historically bad for the last 20 years. Let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah, very true.
People love to kick bad franchises, and even more when they're in big media markets. But let's not pretend that the Nets' sole goal was not winning a championship, and they have nothing, not only nothing to show for it, no playoff success. Like they had 3 Hall of Famers and could not win a championship.
Future Hall of Famers, yeah.
It's like don't tell me, like, people expect my team to lose. People expected yours to be great. Like, it's one thing when, like, that's like saying, like, well, let's put this drug addict in a room full of Percocet. We'll depend on him, Like,
wow.
We expect a person to fall, like, I have a hard time keeping on the wagon with something like that. They were supposed to be bigger than the wagon, but no. 3 Hall of Famers and they couldn't get the job done. Don't tell me anything about the Knicks front office. I don't want to hear it. We've never had 3 Hall of Famers at once and still lost. I don't want to hear it.
Q, you want to finish your statement real quick?
There's nothing else to finish.
Is that it?
No, I'm about to say the only
Blood and Guts. Go ahead.
No, the only thing to finish about Blood and Guts is just like, look, it was what it was. They knew it. They went to it. It delivered. It's cool. It's entertaining. At least
it's only once a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like is the feud gonna actually be over after this? No.
I think it is.
They're gonna
shout out to Luchasaurus.
They're gonna drag.
As Striker said it, Negasaurus, because his intro is lit as fuck. Did anybody get Kane vibes from the very beginning?
Some people did say that,
yeah. Because it was definitely like the same tone, right? Like, I'm not bugging.
I guess Luchasaurus is our new Kane. He's our new Kane. He's the Kane that's actually liked. He's our Kane.
Well, I mean, no. Kane is liked.
Yeah,
Glenn Jacobs isn't. There's a difference. One man has a mask sometimes. But Luchasaurus, I think I'm very, because I was pretty sure that's who was going to go heel anyway out of the two. I just think it made it obviously made sense. But I just didn't know how they were going to approach it. And I'm very happy they did it this way. They have somebody who's going to be a mouthpiece for him. All he has to do is come in, destroy, and leave, and maybe destroy a little more after you think he's going to leave.
That's it.
The entrance is fire, no pun intended. The all black, the black mask, the black gear, it fits him extremely well.
Yep.
I've been very critical, as you know, about the Luchasaurus gimmick. I always thought the name was that's why I look at the people like, they complain about the names that WWE comes up with. Like, Luchasaurus isn't necessarily a gem I would put like, look at this creative genius here, but
wrestling dinosaur.
I thought that the presentation and the heel turn and the new look made him look like a complete badass. I can buy into it.
Absolutely.
I can buy into it now. It's like, oh, this guy's serious. Like,
and I think Christian
dinosaur. Like, this is Fury. Like,
and I think Christian, what he said about Jungle Boy's like family and things like that only elevated Luchasaurus, because we all, us as fans, because we've watched the product, and granted, Stretch and I have watched a little longer than QS and Stryker, but Stretch, you can attest to this. When he first, when he separated from Edge and he was doing like the whole, tantrum shit. You remember that?
He's floundering.
Like, but that elevated him as a heel. I think him talking and him doing what he's doing is going to end up elevating Luchasaurus even more, because the more, number one, it's hate by association.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going to hate Christian because he's saying the shit that he's saying, and you're going to hate Luchasaurus because he's standing right next to the nigga.
Not only that, but he's done like Christian does like subtle changes in his presentation.
Yeah.
You notice the way he's dressed?
Mm-hmm.
Like he has like the turtleneck and blazer and stuff like that. He's a lot more like, it's a lot more smoother. It's a lot more sleek and streamlined. Like, now it's like, look like in the faces that he makes, it's just like he got heat in like an old school way, like just by walking out with the guy. And I'm like, I looked at him like on the outside, and he's like looking at Luchasaurus, and I'm like, geez, what an asshole. Like, just like by looking at him, like, that's heat in an old school way. Now, he took low-hanging fruit with his promo the week before. I'm not going to discount that.
But
talking about his dead dad and everything.
But it worked.
It did work. I'm not discounting that. It worked.
We already know it. I don't remember what happened in the WWE. With Cena and not Cena. I'm sorry. CM Punk and Paul Bearer. When Paul Bearer passed away, everything with the urn and all of that. Yeah. That's what this kind of reminded me of.
Yep.
And of course, and it's like back then. Like, I really wish we had the podcast when that was going on. But we knew that if Percy Pringle was around, he would have said, okay, do it. Because he was all about the business. Jungle Boy's family, including Jungle Boy, of course, they understand the nature of the business. Yep. So if it wasn't okay with them, he wouldn't have said the shit.
Yep.
So fans need to stop being a bunch of Anyways, we get it. You know what I mean? And I think something, and you talk about subtleties when it comes to like managing or getting the hate. Luchasaurus comes out with a brand new entrance, fire and smoke fucking all over the place. Badass fucking Titantron,
right?
With the stomping, with the Jurassic Park stomp, like badass Titantron. And then all you see is Christian
and Kevin Durant demanded a trade for the Nets.
Jumping off the Titantron.
Right. Jumping off the Titantron. But it's kind of, and once again, Stretch can attest to this, because it's his favorite. Heenan. It's the subtleties. It's the small shit. Just Christian leaning over when he comes out.
Right. Exactly.
It's the subtleties.
What did he
say?
The
fucking subtleties.
Like stuff like that.
He could have said, go in, do your thing, and then destroy him after. Or he could have said, go in and fuck that motherfucker up. Like, we don't know.
One of
It's
those
the
just looks at him,
subtleties.
kill him. Like, you know,
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those, like,
It's the subtleties. You know what I mean? He has a mask that he shouldn't be wearing. Destroy him. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? You know what I mean? But
you're the only serpent in this jungle.
Yeah, seriously.
Kill him.
You know what I mean? So you know, shouts out to this. I think this was the best way. Excuse me. This was one of the best ways that they could have turned Luchasaurus.
Absolutely.
You know, so
and it's hard.
With that being said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
End with this. It's hard to, I think, get past the fact that nobody really knows what he said to him that like got him going at this point, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody really knows. Like you can't really, like, in today's era, I don't know if you could really get away with, you know, a guy whispering in someone's ear and it's like, you know, what did he say? You can't really speculate. Like, I think people would want to know what was said, but they're getting away with this in the sense of they were able to really illustrate Christian as a heel.
Yep.
And it's like, we don't know what he said, but we just know it's really bad for the guy.
And the crazy thing is that he doesn't need to wrestle anymore.
Yeah,
he can. We all know Christian can go. It's not like a Matt Hardy situation. You know what I mean? Where we're kind of fearful when Matt gets in the ring, and it's not out of damn, you're old, get the fuck out. It's out of you've been doing this for so long, and we know all the injuries, and we know the shit that you've been through. You know what I mean? And same thing with Christian, but at the same time, you know, Christian came back, and he could be possibly in the best shape that he's ever fucking been in. You know what I mean? So, yo, word. I remember him when he was in Tough Enough. But that's another story for another podcast. But with that being said, that was AEW Blood and Guts. And now we are going to end this podcast talking about on Saturday, this Saturday at 8 p.m., WWE Money in the Bank, one of the most exciting pay-per-views of the year outside of the Royal Rumble.
Right. Winner climbs the ladder to get a briefcase to discuss a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant wants to be traded.
Yo, I'm not even I feel like I'm drinking for all the Nets fans. And I don't even follow basketball like that anymore.
Man.
But anyways, you know what? I think the
winner
Nets
gets a free agent contract.
I say the Nets bring Felton back. Anyways, so
you know,
and that was the last time I watched basketball, ladies.
It really fucking sucks because Money in the Bank probably would have been one of the best pay-per-views of the year if fucking Cody wasn't fucking injured.
I still don't.
Sir.
Brother man,
you're not allowed to. Nope.
You
Can't talk about him.
Brother man,
we're not doing this again.
I don't want to hear nothing from you, Striker, because you were turncoat your damn self. You sat here so fucking long, and now all of a sudden the man shows up here. You a fan of Cordell Rhodes. I don't want to hear shit.
Look,
no.
Listen.
He freed us.
Because you was here with him. Because you was here with him for the past couple of months. You've been here with him. You was ready for it. You was like, yo, Cody got this. He gonna win. He gonna elevate this company to the stratosphere.
Cody is our savior. Okay.
Now all of a fucking
our savior.
We are in bloodline slavery right now.
Hold on. First and foremost, you're not allowed to talk about Cordelius, Tyrone, Jackson Rhodes. All right, you can't. You are not allowed to talk. You know what?
Little damn turncoat.
Mark my words, fans. Okay, I am going to make a collection. I'm going to make a collection and post it on YouTube of all the clips of Striker talking shit about Cody Rhodes.
That's a fucking fact because
he's going to Kobe Ryan, Luther Watkins like that.
That's a fact.
Cordelius Jackson.
Yeah, come on now. The third. At the second, not even senior. The third. So that means it's something.
All right.
It's something. He's a generational talent.
KD goes over a Roman for the title.
I can see that too. KD going over a Roman. That would have been great.
Come on. It writes itself.
But anyways, let's we all digress at this point.
I was disagreeing with
sorry.
the point of it would have been a great pay-per-view if Cody was there. I'm disagreeing with that because
Why?
he
It
would
have been
still
a great
run a great
pay-per-view if he was there.
without him.
No,
I think
absolutely.
But I think it would have
But-
been like it definitely would have been a perfect
Elevated.
because it would be like, yo, Cody won the Money in the Bank contract. This is what
I
we
mean,
want to see. It's guaranteed.
You know what's
Cody's
crazy
gonna
though?
cash in. It would have
You
been
know what's
dope.
crazy though? I don't even think Cody would have won. I think they would have saved that for the Rumble. I think they
I
would have
think
had
Cody's
him end
winning
up
the
winning.
Rumble.
Oh,
I think the
he's
Rumble's
definitely
gonna
now.
win. He's
Now
definitely-
he's going to win the Rumble.
He's definitely
But
winning the Rumble now.
I
He's
think
getting the
so-
Triple H treatment. He's getting
Oh
the
yeah,
Hunter
oh
treatment.
for sure.
Oh,
when
it's
he
gonna
comes, that pop when he comes
Yeah,
back.
it's gonna
Oh,
be it's
boy.
gonna
Yo,
be through the roof.
What spot though?
I pray to God he comes back in Madison Square Garden sometime and gets
I
that
think-
same
I feel
exact
like he's
Triple
gonna-
H pop.
I think Cody's gonna come in. Cody's either gonna come in at 20, 25, or
For
he's gonna come in
yeah,
at 30, or he's gonna come in at 30.
I don't
Okay.
think he's gonna come in last though. I think he's gonna. I think Cody is the
Put him
type
middle of the
person,
middle of the card.
Yeah, like I think
Mm.
Cody's the type of person where he
15?
truly does want
Yeah.
to quote unquote work.
Yeah,
Right.
he'll come
For,
in at
he says it all the time.
I
Do the
would have
work.
said number 2, honestly,
You know
No.
what I mean? He could have,
Yeah.
but he could.
He
but
could,
not out,
but we
not
don't
out
see
the
that.
injury. But
Yeah,
if he
we
was
don't see
really
that.
healed up way before Royal Rumble,
Yeah,
I would say number 2.
yeah.
Have
But
somebody
you
you completely fucking hate at number 1 and put him at number 2.
But I mean, but we already know, regardless for the Money in the Bank, we already know
Oh my
that
God.
Seth is gonna win. We already
Seth
know
and
Seth
Becky's
is
winning.
win. Seth, I don't think Becky's winning. I don't think Becky's gonna win. I really think I think Becky's actually gonna lose the
Sorry, give me a
Women's Money in the
second.
Bank, and it's gonna put her spiral even down even more.
I'm not
And
gonna
if-
lie to you. I don't even think she should be in the Money in the Bank. That's just how
She
I
shouldn't
feel.
have. She didn't need to.
Mm,
I mean, she didn't need to. She's just in there because of her star power alone, and that's fine. That's
Mhm.
understandable. Becky's a megastar. So, but I think it would actually be funnier to actually see Becky lose the Money in the Bank. Like it would be funny to see like she's within an inch. She's about to grab it, and then somebody just like thwarts it and just takes her out. It would be hilarious. So because this spiral, this current storyline of her spiral is like one of the best things you're seeing on Raw. I feel like they're gonna give the contract. I literally see this either going to Liv Morgan or Alexa Bliss. I really feel
Yeah.
like these are the only two that it just makes sense to be like, yo, just give the briefcase to. It just makes sense. It's just be like, okay. I think that we're low key we might get a return. We might get a return after we might see somebody return.
Wow.
Wow.
Lord.
Yep.
Listen, man, we can't talk about Christian's wet fantasy on the air.
Yeah.
Therefore, you
So this is my thing about the Money in the Bank. First off, once again, I don't think the reason why I don't think Becky should have been in it is because I think Shayna would have been a better story.
Shayna
By
would
far.
have been my
Shayna would have been a better story if she would have been in and won. She
Yeah.
should. I don't see the reason why Shayna should have not.
Yeah.
Should have not.
Because
Should not.
you would have
been in there.
She would have
Thank
got nuclear heat anyway. She got nuclear heat and she went.
Yeah, it would have been, and her
so
cashing
who's
in
in
on
for
fucking
everybody?
on
Yeah,
what's her face would have been epic.
So
Yeah.
who's in for
right, here.
everybody
You-
watching?
You know what? Here. Let me do this. We're gonna run down the card. I have it right here. And then we're ending the show like that. So first and foremost, we have the Raw Women's Championship, which is Bianca Belair versus Carmella.
Squad.
Bianca, let's move
give
on.
it-
Next
Yeah,
that's
let's
a
give it to
squash.
who we already think.
Yeah.
The United States Championship, that's the interesting one. Theory is champion versus Bobby Lashley.
Lashley by
Honestly,
Bobby.
Lashley by count out. I think
Wow.
I
Theory's
can
gonna
see
win.
that. I can see that.
Lashley by count
I
out.
think Lashley by DQ.
I think
Yeah,
Lashley by
Lashley
count
by
out.
DQ as well. I can see that.
Yeah.
It would still be.
I think differently. I think
You
Cena
think
gets
Bobby's
involved.
gonna take it?
Man, X this man out.
I
You
think
think
Cena
Cena
gets
gets
involved.
involved?
No.
I think
X
Cena
his
gets
ass
involved.
out.
I don't think
because
Cena-
I
he's-
don't think Bobby
Yeah.
Lashley
You want
is
me
not
to
going to win.
you want me to take him out? You want me to star in Buckwallam?
I
Yeah,
think
his ass out of here.
I
He
think
won't
that
even-
Lashley is going to win. I don't see Lashley.
No, I said Lashley's going
but
to win. I didn't say he wasn't going to.
I know you're not saying.
Lashley's not gonna.
But I don't
Lashley's
think
not gonna
he's
win
going
the
to
title.
win because of someone else is getting involved. evolved on like his accord. I think that Theory will probably run away with his title and build up that good heel heat.
I can see it.
He runs away with his title. He's a coward. He's supposed to be doing that. He's a heel.
Yeah,
I got Lashley winning by count out. I think he runs away.
Yeah. All right. We have the Unified Tag Team Championships, which is the Usos. Excuse me. You got to do it. We the ones. Versus the Street Profits. Now, here's the thing.
That's a toss-up.
This. I think out of everything, this is probably the hardest match to call.
I really would want it. I want to finally see the Street Profits get the big one. I want them to get.
I agree.
They deserve it.
They do.
No. As much as y'all love the whole We the Ones and y'all love the Bloodline and shit, I low key just feel like the Bloodline is officially brand their fucking.
You're right there, Mark.
We're here. I can see.
Okay.
It's just I just feel like there's literally nothing more for the Usos to fucking prove. It's like, bro, y'all did it. Y'all won the titles. Y'all been champion for this fucking long. Like
almost a full year.
It'll be a full year
in
because it's like
in less than 20 days.
Yeah, because it's like after Street Profits, then it's gonna be like, well, who else? Who the fuck else are y'all facing? Like,
I think not building anybody.
So here's my thing, right? I'm okay with either team. I'm fans of both. Always have been fans of both. In my heart, I truly do feel like the Street Profits not only should win but deserve to win. But also, even if they start talking wild shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the Street Profits win and the Usos win it back, I'm all right with that. You know what I mean? Don't tell me to cut the shit. It's my idea. But I can. But that is a possibility, and we know how the WWE works, and that is something that they would do. Even if they hold it till SummerSlam.
Yeah, like a quick one.
That's what I was going to
I can see that. I think.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm not gonna call this one. I can't.
Usos win by DQ or by hook or crook. They get the rematch at SummerSlam, and Street Profits win at SummerSlam.
You think the Street Profits are going to win on a bigger stage?
They should.
One, and then you mentioned the whole. They're almost a year, holding the titles. Let them hold the shit for a year. And
absolutely.
On the bigger stage, it works.
Absolutely.
I don't think they should have had the match of Money in the Bank in the first place. They just needed a match to put on the card. So why not?
Yeah. I mean, what other tag team are you going to give them? I can't think of one.
They can't build anybody in 2 weeks, so I don't know who else they're going to do.
There's no other face tag teams. That's why I think the Street Profits are going to win. Unless you count the New Day, but we've seen that match a million times. Not that.
I was going to say, even with the New Day, they always put on bangers.
They don't have any face tag teams right now that are actual viable challengers.
That's insane.
It's become a very heel heavy division at this point. You have Los Lotharios, who are a heel tag team, a quintessential heel tag team. You have the Alpha Academy, a heel tag team.
The Viking Raiders,
returning Viking Raiders, who are now heels.
Heel tag
Wait, they are?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Main event.
They attacked the New Day.
I'll even give you.
When the fuck was that?
Oh, that's good. That's good feud.
I'll even give you
last week.
Mahal and Shanky.
Oh, see, I missed it.
Heels essentially by proxy.
The Brawling Brutes?
They're a heel tag team, a heel faction or whatever have you. Right now, the only thing I see happening is if they go two routes. One, it's a super team that's going to take it away from them.
Yeah.
Meaning like something like how RK Bro got together.
Right.
Two main event stars that happen to be, because the WWE loves doing that shit.
Yep.
It's like two main event stars who never team together. Yeah, hodgepodge tag team.
Two-man power trip.
That's like a main event tandem or whatever have you. Or I could see this happening. I can see Sheamus turning face and teaming with Drew McIntyre.
No.
I can see that. And only
because not now.
I can see it. I definitely can see it, and here's why. If, let's say, you who shall not be named, happens to come back a lot earlier and sooner from his injury.
Cody.
I think that they're going to rush that match a lot sooner than what people think. I don't see that being a WrestleMania main event.
Wait.
Here's why.
Hold on. Who are we talking about?
Cody.
Right.
Why should he not be named, though?
I don't see it being a WrestleMania event for the following reason. Roman Reigns, they're saying, is taking a much relaxed schedule, right? Which has now included some TV dates.
Yeah.
I've not seen him very regularly for a long time.
Yeah.
That said, I don't see them dropping the title to Lesnar again out of nowhere because that's horses for freedom. With that said, I see them putting it on a guy who can show up regularly, has some fan support, and can carry some stuff on the mic. Right now, out of anybody that's in the singles division,
It's Cody.
It's Cody as a face.
Yeah.
It's Cody.
Right.
Unless whomever wins it, like Money in the Bank, who happens to, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Like, whoever wins it, Money in the Bank, I think that if it's a heel and it's somebody they want to strive to rock, I think that that's a viable option.
It's Seth.
I really do. I think that it's a viable option that it could be Seth freaking Rollins, because not only that, it's a guy that's there regularly. It's a guy that does good character work, but it's also a guy that is essentially in an active paused feud with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
So it's like having the title for that feud adds, even though they've had 3 matches already.
Yep.
In the normal lexicon, they'll be like, well, they had 3 matches. Let's move on to something else. The way that this has ended with Seth like essentially faking a face turn, turning heel again, has breathed new life into this. And
at least
just
over.
It's far from over. Like, they could squeeze that orange a little bit more because of the way that this happened. And
right.
If he wins Money in the Bank, this opens up a whole new territory for them to go explore. So
it does.
Even though I don't think he's my pick to win Money in the Bank, but he's a strong favorite. But
all right.
I have the Street Profits winning, but
all right. So we got Street Profits all around. Well, except me.
Except Troy.
Okay.
Troy
did he?
I said Usos.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right, for the full year, right?
Yeah.
SmackDown Women's Championship, Ronda's taking that. Like, I don't even have to say, like,
Ronda versus who?
Ronda
Natty?
versus Natalia. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a good match. It
is, but Ronda's gonna. I don't know about good match. I think it's gonna
Natalia's sister gets involved, new women's champion.
Yo, stupid ass.
And then we see the championship on the YouTube channel. Just the
on just the YouTube channel?
On Twitter. That's what we're gonna see on Ruben.
Wake up, try to see some
pictures. I think this is interesting also. Something my gut tells me is going to be Seth and Becky and Money in the Bank. This is Mark from Behind the Barricade. However, I wouldn't be mad if Liv or Alexa win. So let's jump into that right now.
That's who I honestly feel would be the perfect alternative. If you're not going to go and just put it on Becky, because I mean, you could put it on Becky, and Becky would just be obnoxious with the briefcase,
right?
And that would actually add more to the spiral story
that night. She'd be
it would add on to the spiral.
She's gonna gloat the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna add on to her spiral if she cashes in that fucking briefcase and she fucking loses, because then she'll be right along. She'll be right alongside Cena to be able to actually cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase and lose. So it'd just be like, oh, okay.
And Corbin, don't forget that.
That would be good, yeah, I think.
Yeah, there's also Corbin.
Doesn't have to win.
Look, there's only been what 1, 2, 3 people to cash in and not win. It was Corbin, Cena, Corbin, Cena, and Punk. No, not Punk. No, Punk won both of his.
Yep.
Ziggler won his.
Recently retired.
Oh God, why am I blinking out?
Riker, would you like to tell him?
No, I don't know either.
Wait, hold on. Fucking.
I know the answer.
Hager won his.
I know the answer.
I'm blanking out.
You say he recently retired.
Retired from wrestling.
Retired from wrestling, formerly known as Damien Sandow and Rex.
Oh shit!
Wow. You're right.
Lost against John Cena when he cashed in. Remember, Cody? Ironically, Cody was going to win, and he pushed it off, and he took the briefcase.
Oh shit! You're right. Wow.
Right.
I did forget about that. Yeah,
That's
well,
when
at
he
least I
had
said
that
3. I
brown
knew it was 3
briefcase.
of them.
Remember, he had the leather briefcase.
Yeah.
That was the last
Yeah.
time that he
That's
was
when he
close
threw
to
the shit in the
Money
river.
Bank. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well. All right. So, anyways, women's Money in the Bank ladder match. You have Lacey Evans,
Mm-hmm.
Alexa Bliss,
Which isn't a bad pick, actually.
Liv
go ahead.
Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez. I'm saying that way wrong. The fuck? I guess I'm not that Spanish. Asuka, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch.
Mhm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in this match.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Honestly,
Bex for me.
I'm okay with one of 3 women. Alexa, Liv, and Raquel.
Raquel would be.
I think Raquel would be a shocker for everybody. I think that's the shock factor. No, actually 4. Because if Shotzi wins it, that would be fucking awesome.
That's the biggest shock.
That would be crazy.
That's the biggest shocker. That's the biggest shocker.
That would be the biggest.
And I'm not gonna
shocker
lie,
everyone,
that
for
briefcase
sure.
with Shotzi would actually work too, because you know,
Yep.
because
Yeah, it would.
You would work. It would definitely work with Shotzi.
And she'd be a great fucking champion.
Absolutely.
She'd be a great.
I think my head is telling me that Liv Morgan is going to win this match. My heart
round out her
Shotzi
year
Blackheart to win this match. Shotzi's a sentimental favorite for me, and I want to see Shotzi win. I don't think
Liv.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do head and heart. So
Okay.
who do you think is going to win, and who would you want to win?
Liv Morgan, who I want to win, is Shotzi Blackheart.
Okay.
Liv Morgan, but who I want to win is Alexa Bliss.
Okay. Strike.
Heart says Shotzi. Mind is already Becky. I'm sticking with Becky.
I'm gonna say mind is gonna be Alexa, and heart's Shotzi. I think Shotzi.
Yeah.
I think she just deserves it. And the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So we're starting off with Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Omos, Sami Zayn, Riddle, and there's one wrestler to be announced on SmackDown. We don't know who that last one is yet.
They're probably going to do another battle royale. I hope it's Nakamura.
No, that last one is either going to be either Nakamura or AJ.
I think it's going to end up being AJ.
Nakamura, AJ, or Ricochet.
I could see Ricochet in it for damn sure.
Ricochet will be a good spot. It's a good spot monkey for that.
I'll throw a wrench in there.
Let's not call him a monkey. That's just no.
I'll throw a wrench in there. You might get one of the Judgment Day guys in there.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
I can see.
I don't mind. I wouldn't mind.
You know what? But all honesty,
I think Priest.
I'd rather see Priest than Balor in this.
I'd rather see Balor than Priest.
But this time,
I think if anything, that's still straight through to the moon. It's gonna be Rollins.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Just put it's Rollins. This is him.
Yeah.
Let me get it.
A whole year of losing. This is Charlotte. This is Charlotte all over again.
Like we got to remember, Riddle technically is not even shouldn't even be in this match because he's actually not even supposed to be challenging Roman for a title match ever again. So it's just I get the technicality, but at the same time, it's just no. I can't hear you.
It's the briefcase. It does.
I get that's the technicality.
It's not
everything.
But it's just like
I know who the mystery guy is going to be. Kevin Durant. Because he asked for a trade from the Nets. That's who it's going to be. Kevin Durant is not all elite.
I'm just gonna mute him real quick and just let him.
Oh Lord!
Continue to rant.
Yeah. So
you can't stop this.
He's just. Yeah.
I got
heart and mind again.
Yeah. Same thing.
Mind is telling me Seth Rollins. Heart, Kevin Durant.
Mr. Q.
Q, you got it.
What I got? What I see?
Mind and heart.
Mind and heart. Mind Mine in the heart is for me. It's straight through. It's just Rollins. I don't see nobody else getting this. I don't see nobody else getting this fucking briefcase besides Rollins.
I can't argue with my brother, man.
He's not
That's
gonna
his
cash in
And
Rollins.
Roman
the
Reigns.
reason why I say that is like low key.
That's where he wants to go as a home and Phoenix. Money in the bank.
It sucks, but it sucks is because like nobody else in this matchup, it's convincing. It's just like you already know Drew is a main event star. He doesn't fucking need it.
Drew has a fucking title.
He already has a title match in September. Yeah,
like Riddle's
doesn't even matter.
Riddle's a made man right now, but by storyline, he's the only reason why he's not challenging for the title again. But he's a made man. He's a made man now.
Yeah.
Fucking Sheamus, please.
He shouldn't be in the match.
Former
honestly.
winner.
I do not need.
He's a former winner, but it's like, please, like Sheamus ain't gonna win this shit. It's just like, yo, it's gonna be Rollins.
I mean,
like,
we haven't seen Sheamus and Reigns in a while though, so it would be interesting.
The last time was when New Day were heels, I believe. That was with Sheamus, Authority, I believe.
Yeah.
That's
the last time. That's the last time he was champion. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Sheamus was with the Authority, and he had the belt.
Ironically, cashing in on Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
A lot of people have been cashing in on Roman Reigns. It's just like, okay.
With the comb back mohawk.
I think only two people cashed in on Reigns. I think it was only Sheamus and Rollins.
And Rollins, yeah.
That was it.
Yep. And that's fine.
I think the only other person that had more cash-ins was either Randy or Edge, one of the two.
Edge probably had the most.
No. I mean cashed on, like cashed in on.
Oh, cashed in and on.
Because I think Randy has like 3.
Yeah, I think it was Randy then. Randy had a lot of cash-ins on him.
But anyways,
Edge only had 2. But that's that's
neither here nor there.
Yeah,
we could talk about that shit next week if we want. But
Randy twice.
Yeah. I'm gonna say my heart. Damn.
The Nigerian Giant. Oh
no! Fuck no!
I forgot he was in the match. Like,
honestly,
I forgot he was in the match too.
He's gonna be the guy to take the bumps. He's gonna be the guy to take the bumps in him.
He's taking a big bump. He's earning his medal.
I think okay. So I'm gonna say this, and I guess I say my heart, but I mean more so of a comedy aspect of it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say Sammy. Because I think it would be funny as shit if he won it and really didn't cash in on him. You know what I mean? But if somebody beats Roman for the title, he ends up cashing in on them. Like, I think that would be funny as fuck.
You want to know what's funny? That
you know
works
what I mean? So,
because
like, if
he
Cody
still
beats
has beef with
Roman,
Drew.
Right. No, true. So if Cody beats Roman and then he cashes in on Cody, that would be funny as fuck. Like, I don't care what anybody says. And Sammy kind of deserves it. But anyways, my mind is definitely Seth. But I think Seth wins and fails in his cash in this time.
Has to, because Cody's going to stop that shit. If it's not Cody, it's Reigns during the match.
Yeah. He doesn't even need to go up the ladders. He just fucking reaches up. But ladies and gentlemen, that was our predictions for Money in the Bank. We were definitely trying not to do it for this long, but you know how we get. So my bad. Our bad. So as always, first and foremost, because this is very important to us as a group, please make sure you're checking your mental health. There are a lot of things out there for help. And I don't know about you guys, and I will say this on the air. I believe we should do something soon involving mental health. I think it's been a little bit, and we should touch on that again. But we all go through our struggles. We all have our hard times. So please remember that, there are people who care about you, and you can always go and talk to them. But at the same time, those people are biased because they love you. So please seek professional help if you need it, because almost every life is important, except for, the horrible people on the planet. Also, I was supposed to promote. Anybody in Jersey, there is going to be a big barbecue in Mills Creek very soon. So please come and support that. Next week I will put the poster up, and I will have a little more information. Also, same person doing that is doing something in New York sometime. I believe in September. So I would definitely let y'all know. Please check out Brand Supremacy, the new show with me and Bagman, playing WWE 2K22's GM mode. We just went. Our next show, I believe, is actually Saturday at noon. We will be doing our first pay-per-view, which will be WrestleMania Backlash. So that's going to
had a gimmick change. Bagman. He was formerly known as Tier 4 Maxwell Baggies, real Bagman. He was a Jamaican yardie, but now is wearing the paper bag mask.
I can't wait till you see this
T4
part.
Maxwell. That sounds very fucking familiar. That sounds like a
Don't
That sounds real fucking familiar.
I can't stand y'all.
Well, instead of Davies, it's Baggies. So. Tier 4 Maxwell Baggies. He wears the bag over his head to protect his identities and witness protection.
Yeah, so definitely check that out.
I might be on the run soon. So.
Definitely check out Striker Dragoon's Twitch and YouTube page for his video game escapades, which are always fun and funny to watch. And we got a lot of things. Jobber Slam 2 is August 20th, so we're really excited about that. Mia Yim is facing Big Swole for the Icons Championship. That will be the main event, so that's going to be a lot of fun. The returning Mia Yim, I might add. So that's going to be really cool because I've been wanting to see her live for a long time. And I just want, Cordelius Jackson, Leroy Rufus Rose III.
Yeah. And you gotta call him. You gotta call that name.
Thank you, brother.
Wearing an over exaggerated like green and pink suit.
Oh no!
With the extremely large Southern bow tie, you got
like Cleflo Dollar, like Cleflo Dollar.
Jackson, Leroy, Rufus Rhodes.
Do you need
the
Cordelius Jackson.
Cordelius Jackson, Leroy
Rhodes,
Rufus Rhodes. Rough.
But ladies and gentlemen, Ruffin.
Codell Austin.
Nobody's here to see you, Goldust.
That's funny.
So, guys, thank you once again for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all. Brother Men's. Let's do what we do. Wait, I'm blanked out. It's been a week. Who's first? Okay,
you'll see my handle down there. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Especially Twitter, where you'll be seeing me tweet about the Nets. And Kevin Durant won the trade for the Nets. It's over. Nobody wants to play for the Nets anymore, especially Kevin Durant, because he asked for a trade. It's over with. He's gone.
Wait, what do you call him? The Brooklyn who?
The Brooklyn Gentrifiers.
The Brooklyn Gentrifiers.
It's the only reason they're here.
My God. So, yeah, you guys can all follow me at good old Mr. After Hours himself at Forever Thiefing. No, I am not a thief. No, I've not stolen anything. Just don't worry about the name. Again, love on everybody that you hold dear. Hold them tight. Thank you all for the support. Always like support. Please be able to like, share, subscribe. And if you do have any point of wanting to collab with us, we're always open. We're open and available for July and August and September. Just let us know. We're here. We love y'all. Thank you. That's all I got.
It's me, Striker Dragoon. Was it Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all the same. YouTube in the description below. Tomorrow's Friday. If I'm not playing Capcom Fighting Collection, it will probably be DNF Duel. So come check it out.
And as always, you can follow me, K Marvel, on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Marvel87, on Twitch at Mr. Marvel_87. I guess I should really start using that.
Maddie Show.
Oh, yeah, ladies and gents, just so you know, July 14th, we will be on Top Road Squishy's show. That will be before hours at 7:15. So be on the lookout for that. We will promote it like always. Oh, what just happened?
You saw something funny.
Oh, you saw something. Oh, okay. I was like, what just happened? What did I do?
We're looking at the comment. That's why we're looking at the comment. That's
I'm
why.
like, what did I do? Oh. He pulls up to the cookout, licking ribs off his fingers, like, tell your mama Cordelius was here. It's crazy. But guys, thank you for always supporting. We really appreciate y'all. All the love, all the support, the likes, just everything. Whether you're family, friends, or somebody we've never met.
Or
We
Kevin
really
Durant.
appreciate y'all. You will not let go of this Kevin Durant shit.
Damn right. I won't let go till he's in another state.
Guys, we are your Four Corners of Commentary. And what the hell?
What the fuck is that?
And we out, y'all.